Here we go. Hey, 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 hey.
So I'm from Caldwell, Idaho. I recently, as of like 8 months ago, just moved down to Los Angeles. But yeah, I definitely claim Caldwell, Idaho. Grew up there. It's definitely my hometown, and I love it there. Growing up, I listened to a lot of like pop punk, which is just very hard to see in my music. The first hip hop album that I heard was Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. I was also a giant fan of NWA, which led me to like Eminem. I also listened to a lot of ska stuff when I was in high school, a little bit younger from there. The very first, I guess, step into hip hop that I ever had was the ska band called the OC Supertones, and I had that. That was the very first cassette that I purchased with my own money. I think I found hip hop through ska. It's just really neat how punk music and hip hop music really coexist together. A lot of people are like, oh, I listen to punk music, I can't listen to hip hop, or like hip hop isn't punk or whatever, but like they're so closely related. It's just like ridiculous that people don't see the similarities. First music video that I released was the one for Jawbreakers, which is based on Ed, Edd n Eddy. I just took some clips from a couple live shows that I did, threw in some animation in there. That was just all me. Chasing Dreams, my roommate shot that and edited for me, and it was all done on an iPhone 10, and it was super DIY and a ton of post work, and it just turned out absolutely amazing. I think it's a great video. I hired somebody locally for my summertime video. Fiance now, she's the one who directed that entire video, and she just did an amazing job. That video came together in like, I want to say it was like 72 hours. Like, it was just done, and it was like the most work I've ever done in my life, and I was just so happy it turned out as good as it did. But yeah, I'm really proud of my videos. I think they turn out great. The one for Self-Titled, my fiance put together, and it was just kind of like I was on tour for like 2 or 3 weeks, and we just kind of documented the whole thing. It's kind of like a mini tour documentary, just live shows and footage on the road and stuff like that. So all the videos are definitely like pretty DIY, and I've just always been really opposed to releasing like bad quality content. And so even though it's DIY, I strive to make it like excellent content. You know, in my old project, Big O, I'd released 4 EPs, and EPs are cool. I told myself I would never release a full length just because I would rather release like 2 5-track EPs from like one 10-track album. I just think releasing content is more important than having it all together at once. With this project, I just started planning for my first EP, but I've just really been focused on singles. Singles kind of seem to be a trend in the market right now. Releasing singles is really cool. You don't have to worry about having like a collective project that fits together. It's just something that will slide together. You release a single and you can release something completely opposite the next day. But I did just start planning for my first EP, and it's actually like a concept EP. So I'm really excited to get that out. Hopefully in April. We'll see what happens. This is the end of week 2 of 5. So I'm almost halfway through tour right now. I've already done my East Coast dates. I flew in from the East Coast. I went from New York to Las Vegas, came up through Utah, now I'm in Idaho. Next week I'm doing the Northwest, so it's gonna be Oregon, Washington, and Vancouver, Canada. And then gonna go down through California, and then hop on a plane and go do some Midwest dates. So first things first, gotta finish up this tour. As soon as this tour is over, I gotta start booking my next tour. I'm also working on that EP in April, hopefully. Like I said, it's a concept. I'm really excited to get that thing going. I hope it comes together really well. I've also got another single that I'm going to be releasing in April that will not be part of the EP. And outside of that, I'm getting married in May. Between tour, releasing music, and getting married, like I've just had an incredibly busy year so far. Yeah, so the number one place I say to go for content is to my website, which is just www.otisjulius.com. All of my social medias are at Otis Julius Music. So that's going to be Instagram, Facebook. I have Twitter, don't really use Twitter. You can find me on Spotify just under Otis Julius, Apple Music, anywhere you can stream music, it's there.